Hello and welcome to my new video. If you're new here, hi, I am Lex. Today I wanted to do a video showcasing the edges of people's islands so you could get an idea of how people manage to make the land meet the beach on Animal Crossing New Horizons. I know that can be a very challenging area. I wanted to show some areas that have both cliffs at the very edge so you can see how to decorate the narrow spaces, and then how people just connect them in general. So I wanted to start with this island, which has a sort of boardwalk happening on the beach here, and so we have this matching sidewalk kind of linking it to the main part of the island. And to fill in these small gaps, just very natural decor. We have bushes, flowers, the street lamp. It just melds really well. You don't really think about it. The transition is very smooth from the land to the beach. You just kind of step off of the sidewalk onto, guess what? A sidewalk. I think this is a very clever way to do it, making sure that the edges kind of match with the way your beach looks, and it's a really smooth transition. I like it a lot. I also just love the vibes of this island. Very city core. If you want to visit any of the islands that I feature today, I will pop the dream addresses as well as the creators' handles in the description so you can check those out. But yeah, let's dive into this next one. Like I said, I also wanted to showcase the edges of islands with cliffs so you could see how people fill in these really narrow spaces, and this is such a perfect example to me. This creator has put out some decor on the beach, but there are cliffs coming right up to the beach, and in this tiny little like 2 to 3 spot gap, this is the decor they've elected to use. I think it looks so nice. It's also just a nice change from having exclusively natural items, which is what I tend to do. I tend to just use bushes and flowers. But here we have fencing, the rock, this little, I can't remember what the mat underneath is called, but the little map, the plant, the bike, all of it just fits together so well in this area. It just adds some visual interest, some height to the area beside the cliff. It doesn't feel empty at all. And as you go down, you can see how the land and beach kind of meet before the cliff. This is all just decorated so wonderfully. I think it's super gorgeous. I also love this little bench setup. If you have a little bit more space by your beach, you could also put this without the table if you have limited space, or simply putting a little fence like this could really do the trick, especially if you wanted to just put like a little bush and a flower in front of it. All of this is just really well done. I thought this was a great example of how to deal with these narrower spaces by the cliffs. And obviously, if you just have a 1x1 space, you could take inspo from something like this, maybe a bush here with fence and flower, this kind of thing. I don't know, I just think this is great. This is so pretty for some reason, especially with this time of day. I think the sunset vibes, just gorgeous. 1 million out of 10. This is definitely a bit different for the edges ideas, but I saw this and knew immediately that I needed to feature it. First of all, let's appreciate the terraforming in the background. You can see at the bottom the ledge of the island. We're right here at the beach. We've got this stunning terraforming happening and the campsite placed out here. So cool. We've got this like jungle kind of like rainforest aesthetic going on, so you can see how it meets up with the beach here. All of the bushes are so lovely, but I think this is so creative, just bringing all of this up to meet the beach. It's very much so a lush space. Absolutely obsessed with all of this decor on this side, the little hop spots, which if you've been here a while, you know I'm a big fan of the hop spots. 100 bazillion out of 10. The ratings are really off the charts today, guys. There's nothing I can do about it. It's just the islands are taking me out. Also, just really want us to appreciate the height behind the campsite. I can't show it off well with this camera because the camera is silly, but this is so cool. Little vines are adding so much to the ambiance as well. This is just really neat. I think the terraforming is phenomenal, the decor that's so lush, and I think it's so cool that it's this close to the island edge, and standing in front of the campsite, you would never know. Like, let me demonstrate. You just walk over to the campsite. You'd have no idea you were right at the edge of the island. Like, you're just vibing over here. It's so neat. Okay, chat, for this next one, I'm just gonna walk along the beach so you can appreciate the vibes. I think this is a really good idea if you do need to bring your cliffs all the way to the edge. This creator has just used custom designs and some vines, some hanging vines on the cliffs to kind of create color, visual interest, and I think it works beautifully. There's also just like a really cool beach. Like, are you seeing this? All the flowers, the illumination, such a beautiful island. But yeah, I wanted you to kind of experience how it comes together here. This is the peninsula. And then how the edges come together down here without cliffs right at the edge. How everything kind of melds together. So much natural decor, but we have plenty of items making their way in as well. And I also like this example because it comes right to a southern river mouth, so you can kind of see this narrow space where they've worked in a little river with a waterfall and everything right here at the edge of the island. This is gorgeous. I'm loving all of the color. Again, the illumination is so pretty. It's definitely giving like a fairy core sort of mushroom island. It's just lovely, so gorgeous. I also think the wheat fields work well at the edge of the island to add some height and lushness without adding, you know, too many weeds or flowers or anything. This can just be a way to add some oomph to your island edges. I'm absolutely gobsmacked by this island. This is stunning. All of these flowers, we have this huge flower field, such gentle, pretty colors. And then moving down onto the beach here, you can see how the little, we all have them, these little, what would you call them? Excerpts, these little pieces that kind of come off of the island. I love how this creator has filled in these spaces with benches and wheat fields with other items that kind of fill it in. Look at these little ducks. Are you kidding? It's so cute. I love the like irrigating water around the flowers. This is such a nice little like island of flower garden. We also have a little picnic space over here. Some trees right up to the edge. This is just gorgeous. And again, with another south-facing river mouth. I love south-facing river mouths. I feel like they get a bad rap for no reason. They're so good. But this is so beautiful. I feel like, I don't know, the colors, the vibe, it's all so calming, so relaxing. And again, it just looks very natural. This fits the build perfectly. I also love the items on the beach kind of linking into the build. Like this flower wagon feels like it also could have been up here. Everything just fits perfectly. This is lovely. This next island is a great example of how instead of having cliffs all the way to the edge of the island, you can simply chop most of them down and have flat areas going right into your beach. Then you can decorate to your heart's content. You don't have to worry about narrow spaces. Everything just flows to the edge of land. Here we have this little corral for sheep. Look at our little guys here. They're so cutie. The island theme here is really beautiful, but I love this pathway onto the beach. The decor here at the edge is, of course, very natural. It definitely fits with this like springtime theme we have going on. And there are some cliffs here, by the way, marking all the way to the edge of the island. I just think this is a really stunning build. I think the little pathways to the edge of the island are really cute, and I like these kind of little like nodules of cliffs. It's mostly flat, and then you have these little areas of height that, I don't know, it gives it some emphasis. I like it. It feels very intentional, our cliff terraforming here. But yeah, this is gorgeous. All of the decor on the beach and on the edge of the land matches up perfectly, of course, and I think this is super inspiring. Okay, chat, you're gonna have to stick with me for this one. I would argue that this entire island is island edge ideas because it's like a huge ocean island with the little islands with buildings, and you just have to look and see it, okay? I also need to make my disclaimer here. I am not Jesus. I am simply a tourist who is very powerful. This is the actual edge of the island. You know, I wouldn't disappoint you by not showing. I think using the fake rock, like as a custom design, so clever, especially back near the actual rock for the island. It just melds together so well. It's so believable back here when there is clearly the rock, the actual one back there. I don't know, this is just so neat. And also just, I don't know, I like the concept of having a little farm back here at the edge of the island. Again, you can kind of see what's exactly on the edge, the actual border of the island, the bushes, the hay, the barrel, all of it fits really well. I think this is one of my favorites, just islands in general. This is so neat. Again, you could visit this island, look around, see how the different parts of the island are themselves, you know, island edges. But the actual edge, you can see here. I think this is super cute. Can I get back here? Hold on. Oh, I can. But yeah, this entire island edge is really inspiring again. Obsessed with the rocks on the very edge. It's just, it's giving, period. It's great. I don't know who needs to hear this, but get out there, finish your island. It's not gonna finish itself, unfortunately, I know. We all need to hear it right now. Get out there. I hope this was inspiring. I hope that you are feeling so pumped to decorate the edges of your island now. It is honestly kind of fun working with these different spaces, kind of getting out of the big build era into the small decoration vibe. So I believe in you. We believe in you. Thank you to all of the creators who were featured today, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!